Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the Big D Coin Channel. This is DC on the Big D, and we got the 1967 Lincoln penny, and we're actually going to look at one of them that's inside the United States Special Mint Set, or SMS, for 1967, which is right below this regular circulation penny. A lot of people think that there's not much going on with the 1967 penny, because in 1967 they didn't have any mint marks on any of the coins, and so they think it's not a very collectible coin. And what we can tell you is that there are some versions of this circulating coin that go for as much as $5,000, some versions of the special mint set coin that go for as much as $6,000. So there is plenty of money in these coins if you get the right one and it has the right characteristics. This is the Lincoln penny, and God We Trust at the top, Liberty here, 1967 here. A Coin Week, which is a great publication, and if you want to look at them online, go to coinweek.com. 1967 marked the start of a return to normalcy for the U.S. Mint. In 1965, the U.S. Congress produced the Coin Act of 1965, said no more 90% silver dimes, no more 90% silver quarters, no more 90% silver half dollars. We're going to go and get rid of all the silver except in half dollar, where we're going to put it at 40%. And it also said we're not going to put any mint marks on any of the coins. So the Coin Act of 1965 was meant to keep people from collecting coins. It turns out that people kept collecting them anyway. And in 1966, they realized, why don't we put out these things called special mint sets? And so it's this same exact penny, with the same exact back, United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum, 1 cent. But what they did was they put it out in 1965. They put it out in an envelope that said Special Mint Set on it. In 1966 and 1967, they put them out in these cases here. And you'll see that when they get inside these cases, and you see it says United States of America Special Mint Set at the top. Some of them get turned around so they're upside down. So there's a 67 Kennedy, the upside down 67 quarter, the right side up dime, the right side up nickel, and there is the penny inside the Special Mint Set, and that's the one that could be worth as much as $6,000. The problem is that these Special Mint Sets are generally not open. And once you open them, you ruin some of the value or much of the value on them. You can see it says packaged by U.S. Mint down there. So when you start looking at these coins, there's no sense in opening one of these Special Mint sets. If you find a damaged one, might as well open it. But if it's in the Special Mint set and not damaged, don't take it out. What's the issue with the Special Mint sets? Well, when they first started making them, they did a lot of polishing on them, and you see that there's very little detail in most of these. Once in a great while you get some detail on Special Mint Set, and if you do, you'll have some incredible value. So how many did they make? Well, at the regular mints from 1967, they made 907 million at Philly of the 67 penny, 1.3 billion at Denver, and 813 million at San Francisco. None of them had any kind of mark on them, so you can't tell of the 3 billion coins in 1967. You can't tell where any of them were made except for this one here, and we know that the Special Mint sets were made in Philadelphia. If you get a regular 1967 penny and get it in a red and get it up to Mint State 67, it's worth $450. They found 21 of them. If you get a Special Mint Set cameo version, which is this coin, but it has the kind of version where Lincoln kind of pops off the coin and the back is polished and shiny, but Lincoln has a little bit of a texture to them. The cameo versions of the 1.86 million Special Mint sets they made, it's called SP67 Plus, that's worth $6,000. And there's only one of them. What about a deep cameo? Well, it's funny, I didn't bring up the deep cameo first. Usually you do, because those are the most expensive ones. A deep cameo, the highest grade they've found so far is a SP65. And so the deep cameo's highest price is $3,500, and they've only found one. So better to get a cameo in 1967 when you're talking about the SMSs than a deep cameo if you can get the higher grade one. What's the back look like on the SMS? Well, it's just spectacular. And you can see that you see some of these scratches in here. It's all from this plastic. But you get down here in very good detail on the back. There's Lincoln way in the center, good steps. They didn't feel a need to grind down the back as much. You see up here a little bit of some extra metal. That won't add any value to this, but these are the kind, whenever you see one that's just a little bit different, keep it, because those are kind of the fun ones to get. And then over here you see there's an FG for Frank Gasparo, who's engraver of the back of this coin. On the front of the coin, the initials would be way down in here, and you almost never see them on some of these coins. You can see a little bit of an indentation right in there for VDB, Victor David Brenner, but they're almost impossible to read the VDB on these ones because they've been polished so much. All right, what else is in the set? Well, there's the nickel, and just a great nickel. But let's look at the back, because you know when we look at the nickels, we always look at the steps on the back. Well, pretty good steps on this one. So this is going to be a pretty nice coin. Here, we look at the bands on here, and even on the special mint sets, we don't have very good lower bands here, but good upper bands. On the quarter, we look for the feathers on the body and the legs, and very little there. And we look for the cowlet coming off the back, none. They polished it right off. And then finally on the half, this is a good half, remember, because it's 40% silver half. So this is a high value half. We see that some pretty good detail. And then on Kennedy on the front, we see a little bit of coloring in there. Not a great color, though. That's, you would like to get the rainbow colors, but the blackened kind of color is not a great sale one. And you see very little detail in the hair and the face on Kennedy, but a great kind of eye there. So the special mint sets have some good coins in them. But if you can get that special mint set penny, and again, I'll show you how they kind of set this up. They set it up so that it didn't even go into the special mint set well. It went in upside down for those first three coins, first two coins, and right side up for the last three of the special mint set. All right, so go out, look for these pennies, and hopefully you'll be able to find one. If you get this to a mint state 65, it could still be worth $22. So you don't get up in the hundreds of dollars until you get up to the mint state 66 plus or 67. Have a great day from Big D Coins. Hopefully you'll subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.